TGC Requiem here. I'm back with a versus matchup here. We're doing Combo Elves versus Grixis Delver tonight. My buddy's going to play Grixis Delver, the list that won that SCG tournament. I'll play Elves. We'll get some recordings in. Obviously the list I'm playing is up here to the right. Also, I did add my Twitter info down at the bottom here in case anybody's into that sort of thing. This doesn't really seem like that great of a hand. We're going to go ahead and mulligan. Oops. So he kept 7. This is definitely unkeepable. 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 I think we'll keep this. So if we were to get lucky enough to let the Dryad Arbor live, then we could have an okay turn. The following turn. So it's probably really bad. We're going to get lightning bolted right out of the game. Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you have a shoddy one lander and then don't see a land until, well, ever, for that matter. So just keep on moving on here. It's going to brainstorm. So I believe the list he's running is running a full play set of Stifle, something we'll try and keep in mind. As we play with the fetches. And that's about the game. If we get dazed here, we're pretty much done. I mean, we're already probably pretty much done. He's still on 7 cards. So I really don't have a lot to say here. I mean, we're just getting spanked, and there's not a whole lot we can really do about it here. But I'm letting it play out so you can just kind of see how Grixis does its thing. If we get stifled here, yep, so we're going to get stifled, and this is basically going to be the game. Alright, so we'll go to sideboard. So I know we definitely want run Packmaster, probably want Scavenging Ooze and Elder Scale. I think the generic plan is to pull your natural orders, probably a Crater Hoof. I think we probably want some, if not all, of the Abrupt Decays. So that washes those wash that. Don't know that Reclamation Sage really does anything for us in this matchup. Black, red, or blue enchantments. I think we could actually pull... Well, no, so he'd probably bring in Umezawa's Jite, which is why we want to bring Abrupt Decay in the first place. I think Heritage Druid becomes worse because they're already playing a bunch of spot removal. Sentinel. Maybe Nettle Sentinel. Take a peek at how that looks. Still have high creature count, lots of glimpses to try and fight through the removal. I think that's something I'm happy with. So on the play, I think we take this, we can get our fetch in right away. Hopefully we can visionary into some action. I want to go into basics just because they are running wastelands. Going for the Delver, that allows us to fetch into our second basic, which is great. This seems like the sort of hand to grind them out wonderfully. So we could attack the symbiote into the Delver, but we want to be able to protect our Visionary, make him kill the symbiote, bounce our Visionary. So we're going to let the ponder resolve here. Don't know what happened there. Fix that deck list. Must have bumped it somehow. I always found Grixis Delver to be the harder of the matchups for the Delver strategies. It's possible Rug is worse because of Rough and Tumble, but I don't know, I've always found Grixis's access to lots and lots of cheap removal the most troubling. Usually playing Progenitus, which we don't have today either. So I think we're going to run out a symbiote here. And the hopes that he dazes it. And lets it go. Probably holding the daze for maybe natural order, not knowing that we want to pull natural order here, not running Progenitus tonight. Ren's run Packmaster is really good, but we need some extra mana to really make use of it. So Visionary, do we want to... I think we still kind of want to have access to both Visionary. I think we want to respond to this. It's the bolt kind of fizzle. Problems with Aquarian Ranger, we're still not getting there without some land. It's very possible that our focus needs to be killing the Pyromancer here. Insectile Aberration can put us on a clock, but it's 5 turns, maybe 2 with bolts cut off. Pyromancer definitely is a problem. Aberration very much could be a problem. It would be fantastic if we drew into a cradle here. think we hold off the glimpse to the next turn. So that allows us to cast Runs Run Packmaster uncounterable next turn. If we don't run it into a wasteland. Quirion Ranger. I think we're going to do this and go Cavern and Elves to make sure we get our Quirion Ranger through. So this allows us to return the Bayou, which should mean that we're pretty much guaranteed to resolve an Abrupt Decay, although he could stifle the Quirion Ranger activation. It's hard to say who the bigger threat is right now. Pyromancer, Deathrite Shaman, or Insectile Aberration. I almost feel like Deathrite Shaman's potentially the biggest threat because he's going to be able to put us down low enough where he could start to use Deathrite Shaman triggers to get around us, even if we were to use our even if we were to get Elder Scale Worm down. Now I will note my buddy who's playing this, he's played Grixis Delver before, but it's definitely not like he plays this a ton or anything. We're trying to put me on a 3-turn clock. I really don't want to bounce the Visionary because I'd really like to use it for Runs Run Packmaster. It's really putting us on a 2-turn clock. Deathrite Shaman gets us down to 6. I think we can just block with one of the Wirewood Symbiotes. Oh, sorry, we already passed that. My fault. That's going to be brutal. So he's going to name something, and then he's going to sacrifice one of his tokens to rename Cabal Therapy. Named Natural Order. Have no natural order. Possible he does Glimpse of Nature. I guess we could really go off Glimpse of Nature. He does have the days. So actually just hard casts another one. He's going to rip my hand apart. Second time he's naming... What do we got here? Glimpse of Nature. Sorry, for whatever reason, my frickin' chat window does not show off on the side like it's supposed to. So I took Abrupt Decay. I mean, run Packmaster is really just kind of too late here. Really gonna probably need like Scavenging Ooze. And I'm not quite sure why he's fetching here. I mean, I know all he has is days. There's no point in bouncing Elvish Visionary right now. Is there any... There's no other elf that's worth more right now than getting this Visionary in. So yes, a... Deathray Shaman. Nice of you to join the party. Tad late. So we're going down to 5. We are... No, because he cannot actually activate Deathray Shaman now because of all his Cabal therapy. So we do have potentially one more turn. I guess if he attacks with everything, we're still done. Again, those elementals aren't going to help him this turn, but that's not really an issue, I suppose. He did play the land now, so we know he just has one spell. Ball Therapy, and naming Deathrite Shaman, presumably. So he's got 5 right here that we can't do anything about. This leaves us with 1, right? So we can take 6 here. We're going to need like Visionary into Heritage Druid into Gaia's Cradle. Elder Scale Worm. If we could get Cradle and here's the problem. Oh no, I suppose we can. Oh, sorry. That's game. Alright, so we lost the first match 0-2. The first game wasn't even really fun, but we'll be back for the second match soon. So it'll be 0-0 with 0-2.